Uh-oh, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. Steve. I can't believe this is happening. This is the weirdest day, maybe of my life. I don't even know how to start this. I'm freaking out, so we're just gonna start. Okay, so as you can tell by the title, this video is to introduce to you my very first brand collab. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my face. This is straight up the weirdest feeling right now. Not only because I'm filming this and I can't believe it's happening, but I'm in a different room and my whole brain just feels weird. So, my friends, we have here the Jamie French favorites, if you will, brush set in collaboration with Sigma. Did you hear me? Sigma. Sigma, you guys. You're never gonna go wrong with Sigma. And get this, okay? They straight up allowed me to call it the Trendy and Blender brush set. I mean, because when you use these brushes, you are not only going to be trendy, but you're going to be blender. It would have bummed me out so bad if I would have had to come up with like a normal name, you know, something that wasn't silly. They were so wonderful. They really let me have a lot of freedom with this. As you guys know, Sigma has been just such a long time love of mine, long before I ever started YouTube. I've talked about it 100 times, but my very first set of Sigma brushes like changed my life as a makeup artist. They honestly changed my world as a makeup artist. They are just such a wonderful, so legit, amazing brand. Their brushes are the best quality at that price point that I've ever seen in my 10-year career as an artist. They're vegan, they're cruelty-free. You get a 2-year warranty on all your brushes. Like, Sigma is where it is at. You guys know this. And believe me, when they asked me to choose a few of my favorite brushes, my list was endless. Here's just a few I could think of right off the bat. I'm pretty sure I sent that whole list to like my contact from Sigma and she was like, well, maybe narrow it down to something, because that obviously would be an amazing set, but it would be, you know, a lot of money to buy that many brushes. So we narrowed it down to my 4 favorite face brushes. Perhaps the eye brushes will come another time, but I really feel like these facial brushes are the absolute best. And I want to say it took me a long time to decide because there's so many favorites, but once I knew I was going to narrow it down to face brushes only, it really wasn't that hard for me to decide. I knew, because I've loved these brushes for so long. So what I wanted to do with this set was that somebody could pick up this set even having no idea who I am and have an amazing brush set. Do you know what I'm saying? I did not want this to be a cash grab. I wanted you guys to get my real favorite face brushes that I use for my job and I use on myself and that are just going to give you amazing results. So obviously we have my face here on the box and it says the Trendy and Blendy brush set. And inside we have a little insert card here. I'll actually go through, show you each brush, talk about each brush. Don't worry, but this is just like the insert card. We have the 40 HD Kabuki Brush, the F80 Flat Kabuki Brush, the F37 Spotlight Duster, and the F03 Cheekbone Highlight Brush. And on the back, you have my face again. Sorry, you have to look at me twice. And my quote. And the quote says, "My first set of Sigma brushes changed everything for me as an artist. They helped me to execute my visions the way that I had always wanted. My hope is that they give you the same confidence in your artistry as they have given me, and may your fleekness radiate from within." And yes, they allowed me to say that, which is so funny. It's just so cool. They have my socials on there, which was very nice of them, and I can't. Okay, so I know you guys have been waiting forever. I already feel like I've been filming for 11 minutes. God. Okay, so let's get into the actual brushes, and then we will talk about price and when they launch and all of that. First up, we have the 40 HD Kabuki Brush. This brush is so incredibly genius and so versatile. This is 100% my most asked about brush, like if I use this in a video. And back when I used to do a lot of Facebook Live videos, I was using this like crazy, and I constantly would have messages coming through in the comments or right after my videos ended, like, what's that little pyramid brush that you always use? And it is this one. I've never seen another brush like it, and hopefully I never will, because this is all you need. The reason that this brush is so ingenious to me is its versatility. When you first look at it, you're like, okay, that's for under the eyes. Like, it's got the shape, you know, it's pointy, you can get right up in your nooks and crannies, which is true, but it's so much more than that. It is the absolute most soft, luxurious brush ever, and as opposed to using a sponge, won't absorb your concealer at all, or even if you're like me and you like to put foundation up there, it does not absorb your product, so you get the most coverage and the most payoff. And the very tip of the brush is actually really flexible. I think a lot of people expect this to be really stiff. The very tip has a lot of give, so it's so incredible to kind of pat on your concealer and then take that tip and just kind of feather it out, blend it into the rest of your face. It's incredible. I love to use it down the center of the face too, like down the nose. It's amazing because it just keeps everything very precise and very clean. Highlighting the Cupid's bow is amazing because again, it's precise. That kind of pointy tip keeps the concealer basically wherever you put it, and just the way the bristles are designed, kind of arced up like that, makes it really wonderful for just like tapping, like just packing on concealer. You can swipe and kind of stipple, if you will, with this brush. So I don't know if I've ever showed you guys, but it's actually an amazing brush for cream contouring because it is tapered and comes to a point. You can kind of, you know, start up here where you normally would with your contour, and as you drag it forward, the cream product kind of tapers off as it gets closer to your mouth, and it gets smaller and it gets kind of skinnier, which is so great if you're not good at cream contouring and you want to keep yourself from having a really thick harsh line all the way to your mouth. It tapers off for you so nicely. And then, are you ready for this? The versatility is insane because you can flip it over. The sides are so distinct. It's very clear and evident which side you just used. So if I put concealer on this side, I can flip it over super easily and do contour on this side. Flip back and forth, kind of smooth out your nose contour. So you can go down the center of your face with your concealer, you know, to highlight the center of your nose, flip it over and get the sides of your nose with your brown like contour color. If you've never believed me about anything else, believe me about this brush. Next, we have the good old classic F80 Kabuki brush that everybody loves. I was a little hesitant to include this because every single influencer who collabs with Sigma, I feel like they probably would put this in there because it's such a classic, amazing foundation brush. But I couldn't let that hinder me from including it because it is literally one of my favorite things on the planet. I have 100 of them sitting here. I have them in all different colors. I don't really feel like you can ever have enough. It is the softest, best foundation brush I have ever used, hands down. And I also feel like it's versatile. You get a ton of coverage with this. It doesn't absorb all your product. It's extremely soft. It doesn't poke you. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't shed. I'm probably going to repeat that 85 times in this video, but it's true. And I really just love the size of it and that it's completely flat, so you can go back through and kind of erase lines and blend everything out after like your bronzer and contour and all that are done. You can go back over your cheeks, your blush area with this to make sure you don't have harsh lines and it won't disturb and scratch up your foundation. It is the quintessential perfect foundation brush. Next up, I'm so excited about this one. Next up, we have the F37. Why is my thumb black? What was I saying? Okay, the F37, aka the Spotlight Duster. I feel like you can't see it because of my dark background. This is the #1 best blush brush that I've ever used in my life, and I'm going to tell you why. But it is also, again, incredibly versatile. It's an amazing brush just for setting your face, like with powder. It's very gentle. The bristles are long and tapered and very soft, so it doesn't cake anything on. So you can apply like your setting powder with this without worrying about caking it on your face. It's an amazing brush for bronzer because, again, it's very gentle. It has a lot of give and a lot of like flexibility, I guess is the word. So you just don't get a harsh, insane line. I remember getting this one and this one in the mail. This is the soft angled contour brush. I got these at the exact same time, and I do love this one. Like, this is an amazing brush for contour, but I always ended up gravitating toward this one the most because of the give. This one's a little more stiff, you know? It'll make it more intense, where this just kind of gives you that nice, like, oh, hi, I'm here. Again, like I said, my favorite thing to use this brush for is blush. For a couple different reasons. It's soft, it's luxurious, all the reasons I love every Sigma brush. But what I love about this for blush is the length. It has just a kind of a unique shape than like your typical blush brush. For example, the F10. Like, to me, this is like the typical blush brush that like your mom had growing up. And the Spotlight Duster is very different because it's long and skinny. So while you have it here kind of doing like the work on your cheek, these little tips are going a little further in and giving a little kiss to like this area closer to your nose, which just gives a really seamless, blown out, instead of just a harsh circle in one area. It's the blendiest blush brush, hence why you'll be trendy and blendy if you use it. Again, it's versatile. It's not just a blush brush. I actually don't even know what it's intended for. The word Spotlight Duster kind of makes me feel like it was created to be like a highlighting brush, and I guarantee you could use it for that too because it's tapered enough to where it's not gonna gonna diffuse all over your whole face. This has been in so many of my videos. It's been in favorites videos of mine. It's been in live videos. And if you ever see me not using this, it's because I can't find it because it's in my purse and my other one's in my freelance kit because it's that good. Those days are over. It's back here in my cup. All right, friends, last but not least, the F03 cheekbone highlight brush. This is another one that has been in my favorites videos because it applies your highlight, obviously, flawlessly. Out of the four, this one has been in my collection for like the least amount of time, but there was no question at all that I was going to include it because it's that good. It's synthetic and it's tapered yet fluffy, which makes it versatile. Do you see a recurring theme here? It really packs a punch. Those synthetic fibers grab a lot of your product and they place it perfectly right where you want it. It's not too small to where it's a harsh line and it's not too big to where it's all over your face. It's a great size for nose contouring if you like to contour with like powder. It's fluffy enough to kind of give you that diffuse look, but small enough to be used on the nose. It's also small enough and fluffy enough to be used in your transition area of your eye socket, depending on how much lid space you have. It may be a little big for that. For me, it's great. I just got it all dirty. How's that? And similar to the Spotlight Duster brush, it just has a nice amount of give and kind of flexibility. Obviously not as much as this one. It's a totally different brush, but you can use this for laying on your under eye powder. This will lay down a little more in my opinion, but some of you like that. This also was in one of my favorites videos not too long ago. It's just perfection. And in fact, I kind of want to contour my nose a little bit right now. I'm not super good at it, but a little room for improvement. Ooh, okay, we got through that fast. That is all 4 brushes. Let's talk about all the other deets that I know you guys are wondering. So if you were to purchase all 4 of these brushes separately, you'd be looking at around $95 plus shipping. However, if you buy the Trendy and Blendy set, you will save 30%, yay, which brings the set to $66 and free shipping. Just as a side note, when they first approached me, they were like, yeah, and your followers can save 20%, or I don't remember what it was, maybe 20, 25%. And I was like, okay, you can totally say no, but what if it was 30% off? And I totally thought they were gonna say no, and they were like, yeah, wherever you want. And I thought that was so amazing that a brand would do this. It's so generous. And 30% is actually a legit discount that to me is worth it for you guys, you know, so it's a win-win. Discount codes are not valid on it because it is already discounted. But if you are interested in this and there's something else that you are interested in picking up from Sigma, you can still enter a discount code for any of your other items in your cart. It just won't apply to this, again, because it's already discounted. So friends, you may be wondering yourself, well, when does this launch? I need these brushes. And guess what, girl? It launches right now! Oh, whew, calm down, get a job. But seriously, it is available right now. Click the link in the description box. But don't click it yet because I have more to say. I want to say a huge thank you to Sigma for doing this with me and just honoring me and supporting me. Sigma was the very first like legit brand to ever post me on Instagram, like repost my content on Instagram. They shared the Tiny Hands video to their page, which I thought was so funny that they like had a good enough sense of humor to share that video to their Instagram page where they like have to be professional. They approved me for their program forever ago when I had 1,000 followers, and they've just been wonderful before and during my, you know, social media career. And another big, fat, gigantic thank you to you guys, my viewers. Uh-oh, it's happening. Steve. I feel so silly getting emotional over a brush set, but I'm not getting emotional over the brush set. I'm thrilled about the brush set. I'm just emotional that you guys exist and view my content and support it and leave comments and watch. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for making me cry. Nothing like this would ever happen in life if it was not for you guys. True story, I went on a girls trip and I was at this bar over the weekend with like live music. I enjoyed myself. I danced for a while, but after a couple hours I was like done. I was over it, and I was sitting there at the bar watching my friends dance, and I kept wishing I would die right now to meet one of my subscribers, one of my viewers, because I feel like you guys get me. Do you know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's this bond that I don't even necessarily have with like my actual friends. Like we have something in common. As weird as that sounds, but it's true. And you've brought opportunities into my life. It's probably not a big deal to some, but to me, this is like show the grandkids worthy. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for all of your support and for watching my videos, commenting, your DMs. And I seriously never thought when I started that I would really ever acquire an audience, you know, because I'm weird and different, and I just appreciate that you guys have stuck around through all the weirdness. Oh my gosh, these are gonna come off real quick. All right, you guys, I have to go. My eyelashes are coming off. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Sigma. I am 150% confident that you will love these brushes. I am obsessed, not biased at all. All right, guys, see you in the next one. Bye. I cannot believe I just filmed that, honestly. It's crazy. I never thought I'd have a brush set of my own. Oh, no, you don't. Not on launch day. Okay, hold on. There's a white thing. I'm busy. Don't you dare pluck your feathers. You got plenty of toys over there. A brand new toy. Chew it. Focus, focus. Hello, focus. Hello, hello. Ooh, ooh. Come closer to your family. When you go to this landing page, like on the Sigma website, at the very bottom it says pairs well with, and there's 4 other products, and I got to choose those 2, which is really not relevant, but I found it cool. Hello, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here, Susan.